Do you ever see a new business emerge where perhaps you license that technology? Your competitor, Swerve Robotics, is now licensing it to Magna. Do you get to a point where perhaps you license your stack as well to, say, a Continental or a Bosch?
The closest thing we have to that, we're not licensing anything per se, but we do have a partnership with OpenAI. So we're working with OpenAI to develop next gen models for self-driving. Right, they're very interested, obviously, in getting their large text or image, video, their multimodal models actually doing useful things in the real world. The real world has a lot more data than the internet, and they're very interested in how do we make our models useful in the real world so that they can do useful things, but also improve the models generally. And I think we've seen from these large models, making it better at any new task makes it better at all tasks. And so that partnership's really cool because we're exploring, how do we get these models into the real world? Are they useful? What's required to make them useful? And can we kind of work together to make them better? So that's still very early stages of that partnership, but we have we have a lot of data and a lot of human annotation on that data, as I pointed out. And in kind of the most diverse situations, I think a lot of AV companies have usually been California, Arizona, good weather deployments. But we have very bad weather deployments. I mean, we have now Miami and Helsinki, Chicago. So you're getting a pretty big contrast in that data. And how does a human operator navigate those most critical areas where our autonomy algorithm cannot succeed? And so can we work together by having a model running on the vehicle and a more cloud-based larger model? Can those work together to solve some of the hardest driving scenarios? And I think that's a really interesting part of robotics to explore.
It's a very interesting part. Do you potentially see the OpenAI data set merging with your data set to build an autonomous driving stack perhaps in the future?
So one of the thoughts we had is, if these models keep getting smarter and smarter as they have seeming to do every 6 months, they just seem way more capable, and you have to play that trend out. There's a very real possibility that these models can drive a robot or drive a car super well. They're trained on the entirety of the internet. These companies are spending tens of billions of dollars to do this. There is an arms race across all of big tech. So this is unprecedented stuff, and the models are just getting better and better. We haven't really seen the capabilities plateau. So, it's not a certainty, but we do want to be very thoughtful of where we're spending our time, where we're spending our energy, uh, with that trend line looking the way it does. So if those models become super capable, right, we want to know, we want to be the first to know, we want to be the first to integrate it, we want to be the first to use that to make the service better for our customers. I think we're quite a ways away from those models being able to like fit on the device and drive them, right? We're not going to put tens of thousands of dollars of compute on these vehicles. That's not going to happen. So you're always going to need some combination of a custom stack that runs at a high frequency on the robot. But I think being able to use these larger models in the cloud, I think is going to be really powerful.
It's going to be very interesting because I've read papers and scientific debates around using the Meta Llama models potentially to power an autonomous driving. Obviously, we see what Alphabet and Waymo are doing. There's probably some deep mind in that code. We saw the Emma paper, so there is clearly a path there